The online space is all about self-improvement. So I've hopped on the hype. I thought I'd do a little self-improvement journey, sort of. The whole YouTube space and the online space is all about self-improvement. Now, it's so important to improve yourself, because if you're not improving yourself, then you're going to be stagnant and you're just going to stick in the same situation. And comfort is the thief of joy. And so with that, you need to make sure that you're always doing hard stuff instead of doing the easy stuff. But I'm not going to rant about that because I've done many videos on stuff like that. Instead, what I'm going to talk about today is the 6 key fundamentals that you need to do to improve your life. Now, I'm nowhere near where I want to be in my life. I'm making a more than what I'm earning from teaching from my agency currently. And so with that, I am leaving at the end of this year from teaching and going all in on the agency. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared about that. That's for another video. Right now, it is a case of, I want to give you the 6 tips and the 6 things that I found have worked massively for me, that's helped me over the last year and a half in the online business space and developing myself as a person. So the first thing and the number 1 priority is take care of you. Now, people who know me will be like, what the hell, Sam? Like, and the main reason for that is because at the moment I'm quite unbalanced with that, in all honesty. I'm juggling a lot of things. I'm juggling a full-time job. I'm juggling running the business. I'm juggling my fitness. I'm juggling making sure I'm building relationships with the people that I want to build relationships with, like my girlfriend and my family. And so I'm juggling a lot of stuff, which I absolutely love. Don't get me wrong, because it's good to be busy. But the number 1 priority that I've come to realize is to take care of you. I've been run down a lot. I've been burnt out a lot. I've got rashes all over my arms whenever I've been burnt out. I've got colds really easy. I've got flus. Yes, I do work in a school, so it probably doesn't help with that, but still, I wouldn't be getting them as much if I wasn't as run down. So the main priority is you need to take care of you and look after yourself. Now, that's contrary to a lot of belief, and you can choose to accept that or not, but I do think that if you take care of yourself, then everything else will fall into place. And on top of that as well, if you're taking care of you and your health is as good as possible, then you're going to perform the best way as well. So this leads me on to my next point, which is another ironic one: sleep. Sleep is a funny one because I'd love to be able to get 8-9 hours a night of sleep. I'd love it. I'd love to. But right now, it's just not possible. And the main reason for that, like I said, I'm just balancing a lot of stuff. And so if you can, and you're not juggling multiple things at once, then 1,000,000% get 8-9 hours of sleep a night. Because the nights that I have had 8-9 hours of sleep, usually on one of the days of the weekend, oh my God, I feel like I could cure cancer. So yeah, 1,000,000%, if you can prioritize your sleep for self-improvement, it's going to put you a massive ahead of the game, because if you sleep more, you're able to focus more. If you sleep more, you can lock in on tasks better. If you sleep more, you're going to recover better. And in turn, it's just going to be a lot healthier than what you would be if you weren't sleeping as much. But like I said, there's seasons for stuff like this. And right now I'm in the season of not much sleep, more work. That will change, and I'm sure it will at some point. But right now, with juggling all this stuff, it's 5-6 hours a night at the moment. The next one is lifting weights. And why is this so important for self-improvement? Well, if you lift weights, number 1, statistically, it's been proven that if you have more muscle mass, not a substantial amount, but more muscle mass, you'll live longer. It's directly correlated to your longevity. And so with that, first off, if you didn't want to get massive muscles, then that's one reason why you should be lifting weights. But second off, do look better. If you compare somebody who's got an athletic physique and somebody who's very skinny, 9 times out of 10 people are going to desire the athletic look. And the main reason for that, it's biological. And so making sure you're in peak condition and lifting weights. Also, it trains your brain to go through the hard stuff, because when you're going for that final rep, pushing really hard, it's not going to be easy. But I said before, the hard stuff is the things that are going to progress you further. And if you have a good body and you've carved a good body, then on top of that, people are going to respect you more, because it's not just something that happens overnight. It takes time to develop that and get to that stage. Now, the next one, which is the flip side of this, is running or cardio. I know what you're thinking. Now, when I mean cardio, I don't just mean going for runs. It could be walks, it could be cycling, it could be anything that you enjoy, but getting outside, getting outdoors, doing some form of cardio, that's when I feel my best. And also, that's when I find that I can recharge and reset and just relax, especially on a walk. I find it really good and really beneficial to do that, because it just sort of clears my mind and helps me focus. Then when I come back to the tasks that I'm doing, I can lock in and do it even better. So if you're not already, get on some walks, get out cycling or get running. Or even if you enjoy things like basketball or football, use that as your cardio or fitness. Do things that you enjoy, but make sure that it's something that's going to be active, going to be healthy, and is all about your cardiovascular health. Next one is eating clean, more importantly, whole foods. Why is this so important? Well, in the modern day, there's tons of preservatives in all sorts of food that's not healthy, not good for you, and can really really damage your gut. If you're eating really bad food, then you're not going to perform your best. A prime example is it's like putting, let's say you've got a Ferrari and you are the Ferrari, and you have two different types of petrol. You've got a really cheap petrol and then you've got a really expensive petrol. Which of these two petrols do you think is going to help the car perform better? Well, the more expensive one. It's the exact same for your health. Now, I'm not saying that you should purchase all the most expensive stuff, but I do think it's worth investing in your health. Now, there's a few things that I do to make sure that I optimize my health as much as possible. So I take magnesium 2 hours before bed, a magnesium tablet. And then in the morning, I will take creatine. I will also take my omega-3 tablets, a multivitamin, and then also a biotin B3 for your hair, skin and nails, because I don't want my hair falling out. But in all seriousness, those are the things that I take tablets wise or supplement wise. And then in terms of other stuff, I always make sure that I'm drinking enough water. If I haven't, then I will take electrolytes as well. In this bottle behind me here, got some electrolytes in there that will help with hydrating my body and making sure I feel as healthy and as good as possible. So those are a few things that are really, really important when it comes to self-improvement. Now, the next one is reading/learning. This is huge. This is huge. And the reason for this is if you're constantly educating yourself, then you're going to get better and better and better at whatever you're trying to focus on. Now, I would always try and focus just on one skill, whether that's sales, marketing, ads, some sort of high income skill that's going to generate a business or your own business more money, which is fantastic, first off. I always recommend and vouch for SMMA, and the main reason for that is SMMA will teach you marketing, sales, appointment setting. It will teach you the lot, and you'll have a lot of skills that if you don't decide to do SMMA in the future, you can transfer and help out another business, make them more money, or go into coaching and teach people all sorts. The opportunities are endless, and that's why I think out of any business model, SMA is the best, because it's got such low overheads, such high return for when you sign people. And so with that, I'm going off at a bit of a tangent here, but educating yourself, making sure that you're reading, making sure that you learn this stuff. But the most important thing, and this is things that I've learned from my mentor, one of my most recent mentors that I've got at the moment, from the AI course, a tenor, she always says you can learn stuff, but you need to make sure you implement it, and implement it as soon as possible. And the main reason for that is people learn and consume all this stuff, but they don't necessarily take action on it. And so taking action on it and making sure that you are doing what people say, then you'll reap the rewards. But people always consume this content because it makes them feel good. They just go in this cycle of like, yeah, I'm liking this, or this is really good content, and it makes them feel like they're taking action on something, when really they're just consuming stuff and not doing the stuff that video or that book is telling them to do. And so if you learn to implement everything that you're educating yourself on, you will win. You will win. There are 4 fundamentals that I believe for life that are so important and so integral. And if you get these 4 things right, everything else will fall into place. And this is my final tip, and this is made up of all 4. So this one tip brings 4 things in together. The first thing is being relentless, not stopping, going for it 24/7. The second one is you need to understand and educate yourself constantly. I've said this before and I mentioned this before. The third thing is making as much money as possible, because if you're making more money, you're going to be in a better position to provide for people, but also in a better position to educate yourself further. You're going to be in a better position to be even more relentless, because you can have leverage and hire people. And then finally is your health/fitness. Those are the 4 fundamentals that I believe if you master all of them and get them all at the best possible skill or the best possible level that you can get them to, I think you're going to be in a fantastic position in life. And I'm nowhere near there, which is great, because sometimes we love the journey more than the destination. And right now I'm absolutely loving every single part of the journey. And so with that in mind, guys, I hope you have an awesome week. And as always, if you're liking the content, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, give me some feedback on what you'd like to see in future videos. But remember, guys, always, always, always take action.